Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start by introducing the New Jersey Commission on Science and Innovation and Technology and our team. As Caitlin mentioned, my name is Maku Etta, Program Manager here at the Commission. We're also joined with our Executive Director, Judith Sheft, and I will pass it over to Franklin for introductions.
Thank you, Marco. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Franklin Dureker, and I am a program officer here at CSIT. And I would pass it over to my colleague, Frank.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Frances Keel, and I am a program officer with the Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology. I manage the SBIR programs as well as the Catalyst R&D Voucher Program.
Thank you, Francis and Franklin. So for those of you on the line who are not familiar with the New Jersey Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology, CSIT, we're a statewide agency. We're responsible for strengthening the innovation economy within the state, encouraging collaboration and connectivity between industry and academia, and the translation of innovations into really successful high growth businesses. We focus on early stage entrepreneurs and academics developing research and development innovation-based companies. We have a suite of different grants and resources, but today you'll hear about two of them from Franklin. But it is important that I just highlight three eligibility areas that would really help to allow all of you on the line to know whether or not you would really be eligible for this program. First, CSIT only funds registered New Jersey-based companies. You can be incorporated in another state, but must be registered in New Jersey. Registration can be done prior to starting one of our applications. There is no duration to when you would have needed to have your company registered, but it does need to be a registered company. There are other employee eligibility requirements, but Franklin will go through that. Secondly, you'll hear Franklin talk a little bit about research with New Jersey throughout the presentation. What CSIT only funds projects that are still in the research and development phase. So you may still be developing a prototype or software platform or even a formulation for food and beverage product. That is the stage that that you would need to be in to be eligible for our grant. If you have a prototype ready or a product that's ready for the market, these grants are not going to be for you. And then lastly, your proposed innovation must be beyond the idea stage. So you're going to be asked to show at least some type of proof of concept that there is some strength and viability to your idea. So you must be beyond that, and again, in that research and development stage. So just a few things to keep in mind as you're considering whether or not to apply for one of our grants. And with that, I will pass it over to Franklin to begin the presentation.
Thank you, Marco. Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's informational webinar on the launch of the Cleantech Seed Grant Pilot Program Round 3 and the Catalyst Seed Grant Pilot Program Round 3. Today, our agenda will include an overview of both programs, the submission process, eligibility criteria, required documents, scoring criteria, and bonus points, terms and conditions, some important details, and lastly, the program timeline. CSIT's Cleantech Seed Grant Program is designed to help New Jersey-based early-stage clean tech, clean energy companies accelerate development and innovation of clean technologies to transform new discoveries from research stage into commercially viable technologies, leading to industry and investor interest. Research and development in the following target industries are eligible for the grant: chemicals, oil advanced materials, energy distribution or storage, energy efficiency, waste processing, water and agriculture, green buildings, transportation, and energy generation. Companies applying to the Clean Tech Seed Grant program must fall between Technology Readiness Level, TRL for short, scores of 2, which is Applied Research, to TRL 7, which is Integrated Pilot System Demonstrated. The TRL score is only required for clean tech applicants. Applicants must provide a proof of concept as one of the required documents to show that they are beyond the ideation stage. The Clean Tech Seed Grant Pilot Program Round 3 has a budget of $1.5 million to fund 20 companies. The project term is 12 months for a maximum budget of up to $75,000. If awarded, a grantee can request a one-time no cost extension of up to an additional 3 months. These approvals may be permitted at the sole discretion of CSIT. Once approved, grantee will receive the first disbursement of 80% after full execution of the grant agreement. The remaining 20% will be disbursed upon completion of the project and submission of all final reporting documents. CSIT's Catalyst Seed Grant Program is designed to enhance the state's innovative economy by providing financial grants to early-stage innovation-based companies to accelerate development of technologies to transform new discoveries from research stage into commercially viable products and services. The Catalyst Seed Grant Program focuses on the following targeted industry areas: advanced manufacturing, advanced transportation and logistics, film and digital media, life sciences, which includes medical devices, diagnostics, platforms, and non-drug therapeutics, non-retail food and beverage, professional and financial services, that is fintech, and etc. Technology, which includes hard tech, AI, software development, machine learning, etc. Therapeutic development projects are not eligible as they were offered in our previous rounds. The Catalyst Seed Grant also has a budget of $1.5 million to fund 20 companies. Project term is 12 months for a maximum budget of up to $75,000. Similar to the Clean Tech program, grantees can request a one-time, no-cost extension of up to an additional 3 months. Grants are disbursed in 2 parts, 80% at the beginning and 20% at the completion of the project with submission of final reports. The grant funding can be utilized for project research and development activities for both Clean Tech and Catalyst Seed Grant. In addition, no more than 30% of the budget proposed for the project in the aggregate may be spent on the following: marketing and customer discovery specific to innovation, IP patent prosecution and licensing related expenses, and conference registration fees. The following expense categories are ineligible for funding by this grant: direct services to individuals or organizations, manufacturing of products for sale or commercial use, real estate rental expenses, patient clinical trial expenses, construction costs, travel, entertainment, and other similar expenses, allocations of general overhead expenses, any expenditures incurred before the grant agreement is signed by both the grantee and CSIT, any expenses for equipment and materials that applicant does not use for the project during the project period, or fees related to conferences not associated with the project. The grant application will launch on December 12th, 2023 at 9 a.m. The application portal will close on January 18th, 2024 at 5 p.m. Please take note of these dates. Applicants are limited to a single application. Recipients of 2 or more active CSIT seed or demonstration grants are ineligible for this program. Applicants are strongly encouraged to start preparing for application by gathering required documents ahead of time. We will talk about these documents in the course of this presentation. On CSIT's website, a sample application will be provided for prospective applicants to review. The website is www.njeda.com/CSIT. When starting a draft application, applicants will be required to create a user ID and password to log in and out of the application portal. If at any point you run into issues with the login process, please email us at csitcleantech@njeda.com for cleantech seed grant applications, or csitcatalyst@njeda.com for catalyst seed grant applications. Our IT office will be ready to immediately address issues. When logged in, the applicant will have to select one of the listed CSIT Seed Grant pilot programs, that is the Cleantech Seed Grant Pilot Program Round 3 or Catalyst Seed Grant Pilot Program Round 3, before entering into the welcome and eligibility page. Applicants must meet all of the eligibility requirements at the time of application and throughout the duration of the review and approval process. We will review eligibility requirements in the upcoming slides. The company information and primary contact section requires applicants to provide basic information about their company and primary contact. That is name, address, phone number, website, company description, etc. Please make sure that all contact information is accurate. We typically contact individuals by email for additional information. Applicants will be required to provide a description of their innovation, research, and development activities. Word limits are provided from this point on. Please note that it is important to provide a strong and innovative description of your technology, because the project description weighs on the strength of your innovation. Applicants will be required to complete quarterly milestones and a budget of no more than $75,000. A template will be provided and must be used. An employee log will be embedded in the application for applicants to complete. All employees of the company must be listed in this form. This includes founders, CEO, consultants, contractors, and intern, paid or unpaid. Applicants will be required to provide information about their market opportunity and a go-to-market strategy. Some of the information will include: is there a market for your innovation? Who falls in your target market? How do you plan to market your innovation? And how do you plan to access the market channels? The economic and broader impact section speaks to how your company's innovation and marketing aim to increase workforce and job opportunities. Broader impact refers to the broader social impact of your technology, whether it is addressing health, housing, infrastructure, workforce, the environment, or partnerships. Please do not ignore the importance of the broader impact of your technology. The final section is the strength of your team, a legal questionnaire, and required documents. Then you can submit. The application review and approval process is as follows. Once you submit an application, a document completeness review is conducted. Applicants with missing documentation will be given 10 business days, to email them. You cannot go back into the system to submit these documents. For task clearances, applicants will be given until February 16, 2024 to submit their document. Applications that do not meet these deadlines will be declined. For bonus points, applicants must submit support documents, that is certifications, by February 16, 2024. Otherwise, bonus points will not be applied. All complete applications will be reviewed and scored. Award recommendations and declinations are taken to CSIT Program Committee and then CSIT Board for approval. All applicants must be eligible at the time of application and throughout the review and approval process. Applicants must be authorized and in good standing to conduct business in New Jersey as evidenced by a current tax clearance, New Jersey tax clearance certificate listing CSIT. All certificates listing another state agency will be rejected. Have no more than 50 full-time equivalent workers, full-time equivalent calculated on a 35-hour work week at time of application. Have a minimum of one-time full-time worker calculated on a 35-hour work week. A worker may be the founder and may be paid or unpaid. 50% or more of the cumulative hours worked by all workers and founders and contractors conducted in New Jersey, calculated on a full-time equivalent basis, which is 35 hours per week. Have less than or equal to $5 million in prior calendar year sales revenue, excluding grant revenues. On this slide, you would find information on the required documents for a complete application. Please take note as some of those documents can be collected ahead of the program launch. Those documents include completed online application, proof of concept, budget and milestone document, employee information, summary of most recent internal payroll, most recent company tax filing, NJ tax clearance certificate listing CSIT as the agency, minority, women, veteran-owned business NJ certification if applicable, a copy of executed university license agreement with university if applicable, signed application certification, complete CSIT legal department questionnaire. For companies with a DBA doing business as, CSIT requires proof of New Jersey registration reflecting the same. All complete applications will be scored using the following considerations. Innovation, up to 30 points. Please note that the strength of your innovation is tied to your project description. Market opportunity and strategy, up to 20 points. Implementation plan, budget and milestones, up to 20 points. Economic and broader impact, up to 10 points. And team, up to 20 points. Applicants must score a minimum of 70 points to be recommended for an award or assigned bonus points. Bonus points are given to applicants who fall into the following categories. Applicants using technology initially developed at an NJ university under an executed license agreement with the same university. This is up to 15 points. NJ certified women-owned business or businesses, 10 points. NJ certified minority-owned businesses, 10 points. NJ certified veteran-owned businesses, 10 points. Primary place of business or research and development located within an opportunity zone, eligibility census tract or government restricted municipality, 5 points. Has not previously received a CSIT grant or voucher, 10 points. Other terms and conditions of the program include companies must be in good standing with New Jersey Department of Labor, DOL, and Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, to be eligible for the program. If awarded, at least 50% of the company's work calculated on a full-time equivalent basis must be conducted in New Jersey for a period of 3 years from the effective date of the grant agreement. Failure to comply will trigger a requirement that the applicant make full repayment of the grant award. All grant awardees must commit to report economic impact data to CSIT upon completion of the program for a period of 3 years. Here is some important information to note. The application portal will open December 12th, 2023 at 9 a.m. It is highly recommended that all prospective applicants read the program's notice of funding that will be uploaded to our website by 5 p.m. today with other supportive program documents. An FAQs will be developed and updated for your review. Please send your questions and inquiries to the listed emails for the CleanTech Seed Grant and Catalyst Seed Grant. To reiterate on some important information already discussed in this presentation, applicants with missing documentation will receive an email with resubmission letter from CSIT to submit or resubmit any missing or incomplete required documentation within 10 business days. Applicants that fail to do so will be declined. For tax clearances, applicants will be given until February 16, 2024 to submit that document. All applications will be declined. We encourage you to start obtaining these documents as it typically takes a few weeks. Here are some tips on how to write a successful grant application. 1, be detailed and clear when describing your innovation. 2, start early and review before you submit. 3, fully answer each question. 4, do not rush through the budget and milestone document. And lastly, ensure to submit application before 5 p.m. Again, the application will launch on December 12, 2023 at 9 a.m. and close on January 18, 2024 at 5 p.m. Please do not wait until the last minute or the portal will close and cannot be reopened. To access the program or application, please visit www.njeda.com/CSIT. Go to CleanTech Seed Grant Round 3 link or Catalyst Seed Grant Round 3 link. Thank you so much for joining us for today's presentation. And I'll hand it over to Marco.
Great, thank you so much, Franklin. So we'll jump right into questions and answers. If you have a question, please place it in the Q&A section. You'll find that you can find that on your Zoom and not in the chats. So we're trying to answer as many questions as we can. We'll also have an FAQ document that we will share on our website for any questions that we missed that incorporates all of our answers here. So I think a few of the questions have been answered during the presentation, and everyone should be able to see that publicly, but just a few more here that we have. Can a newly incorporated company less than 2 months old apply for the grant? The answer is yes, as long as you are a registered New Jersey-based company. If you are incorporated in another state but not registered in New Jersey, you will have to be a registered company in New Jersey. What about companies that have been founded this year and have yet to file taxes? That is okay. If you have not yet filed your taxes, we request a letter on your letterhead that's stating that and signed and dated. So it's okay if you don't have a current tax return for your company. Will there be, so all of the program requirements will be listed on our website for the program. All companies must fall into the eligibility requirements. All of the companies must also adhere to Department of Labor and Department of the Environmental Protection policies. And so There are no special treatment. We treat all of our applicants the same based on our eligibility requirements for the program. Let's see here. So there's a question, can our voucher recipients also apply for this in addition to their voucher grants? And the answer is yes. If you have a CSIT voucher grant, you can apply for the seed grant. But if you have a current seed grant and a demonstration grant, you're not eligible. If you have two current seed grants, for instance, you may have received a food and ag seed grant as well as a maternal seed grant from us and they're still active, then you are not eligible to apply for an additional seed grant. Let's see. The recording and the webinar slides will be shared on our website. They should be up by the end of the week, as well as other program documents that you can review. Let's see. Does the application have word or page limits? How can we incorporate things like diagrams and graphs in the application? Can we attach additional documents? So there are word limits to some of the questions in the application, predominantly in the project description section, some of the go-to-market questions. You cannot attach diagrams necessarily to your application. You can feel free to attach additional supportive documents. It's not required. It may not improve your scoring, but I will make sure to really just focus on providing strong answers in your application. The application is what we review and what we score. So really focus on that. But yes, there are word limits to some of our application questions. There is no interview portion of the application. We will not be holding virtual presentations for this round of the grant program. We will just focus on your application as well as your proof of concept documents and review your company's eligibility documents that you are also submitting. So focus on that proposal. Take your time with the proposal, take your time in answering those questions. Let's see here. Unfortunately, our grant does not support nonprofits. We only fund registered, New Jersey registered businesses in the state. If we are awarded a grant via the program, will it preclude our company from qualifying to apply qualifications to apply or be awarded for the NJEDA Innovation Fellow Grant Program? No, our grants do not preclude you to apply for any other NJEDA grant program. We are CSIT, we are not NJEDA. We have separate grant programs, we have separate budgets. Our grants do not preclude you to apply for EDA grants. If you need more information on EDA grant programs, you can go to the njeda.gov site for additional resources. Can the entire amount be used for salary? No, it cannot. Our grant budget supports research and development activities. Specifically, there can be a portion to support things like hiring of CROs or research assistants, or even a portion of salary, as well as a small percentage, 30% for marketing, IP, and licensing, but the entire budget cannot support just one salary. For this round, as Franklin mentioned, our aim is to support 20 awards on the clean tech side and 20 awards on the catalyst side. So just to be clear, we just recently closed on a Catalyst therapeutic drug discovery round, where companies that were developing a drug were able to apply for our seed grant. This round does not include that category, but if you are developing a diagnostic, if you are developing a therapeutic platform to support drug development, medical devices, this is the grant that you can apply for on the Catalyst side. Universities can absolutely be a collaborative partner and be included in budgets and partnership with the company. NSF SBIR grants, grantees are eligible for this award. There are several reporting and deliverables that are required. If you are awarded, you'll be required to submit economic impact reports and of course, a project completion report. There are compliance requirements that all grantees will have to submit economic impact reporting for a period of about 3 years after the project has ended. So please there are a few compliance requirements around reporting. You cannot apply for the Clean Tech and the Catalyst. You must apply for one or the other. And within each category, you can only submit one application. Let's see here. I think we've covered most of these. When you're writing your budget, you cannot be reimbursed on expenses that you are currently incurring, So just be mindful of that. If you are working on a technology and you have IP cost, you cannot add that to your budget. This must be activities that are pertaining to the project, to the current project activities that you intend to carry out. Let's see. If you need information on all of our other grants, our website is www.njeda.com/CSIT, and you can find information on our voucher, the Clean Tech Pilot Grant Program, Demonstration Grant Program, and a few others. So the grant project term is 12 months. You have up to 12 months to complete the project. You can ask for a 3-month no-cost extension. Only one time at the discretion of CSIT will review your reasons for needing that extension, but the project term itself is 12 months. So if you have a technology that is licensed by a university, we would require that you present the executed license with that institution. If your application receives the minimum score of 70, you are qualified for additional bonus points, and that executed license agreement can offer you additional bonus points. So it must be an executed signed license agreement between the company and the institution. There are no page limits, again, to the application, but there are specific word limits. Yes, an agricultural innovation can be eligible for a clean tech project. Let's see here, I think we have. So again, just some of the eligibility requirements around our sister agency checks. Your company must be in compliance with the Department of Labor and DEP checks. So there will be checks done by our operations team to make sure that the company is in compliance. There are no issues around labor or environmental violations that your company is experiencing So just please be mindful of those things as well. Again, tax returns do need to be submitted. If you have not filed a tax return, you'll be asked to just submit a letter stating that you have yet to file your tax returns. The eligibility requirements are, I think Franklin has gone through that. They'll also be on our website. Again, as minimum of 1 full-time employee working for the company, if not full-time equivalent, it must be someone working at least a minimum of 35 hours or more. Let's see, if you're changing your business structure, or if you're changing the name of your company, we're going to need, again, just the relevant documents that come along with that process. So there's a doing business as New Jersey certification document that will ask for. If you are changing the structure of the company, we'll also need those documents to reference that, to make sure that we have the right company as the applicant. Neither seed grants require any matching dollars. CSIT, this program provides non-dilutive grants, and there are no matching requirements for this grant program. Okay. So I think that covers it. There are a few other questions, again, that I think we went over. The project term is 12 months, but if you complete it before 12 months, that's okay. And there are a few questions around the budget. Again, the budget that you're going to be developing must be up to $75,000. The project may exceed that budget, but the budget that you'll be submitting to us must be up to the $75,000, and it can support research and development needs. So in terms of certain lab expenses, equipment, again, the hiring of research assistants, that can all be included in the budget, as long as it directly supports the research and development need and the acceleration of the development of your technology. You can include that into your budget. If we typically have any questions regarding your application, we will reach out to you. I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that you give us the correct contact information. So if we have a question, we have your email, or we have a phone number that we can reach you at if we have any questions on any of the paperwork that you submit. So I think Francis and Franklin, have we missed anything in the Q&A? I think that covers the majority of the questions. Let's see here. I think one more just popped up. So again, the program, if awarded, you receive 80% of the grant upfront, and at the end of the project term, you receive the additional 20% after you have completed the final reporting documents, after you've submitted the final reporting documents. Okay, I think that covers everything. So we just want to thank you all again for joining us today. We really hope that you all take advantage of our programs, not just the seed grants, but other programs and resources that we offer. If you have any questions, you can email either Franklin at CSIT Cleantech at njeda.gov, or you can email myself at CSIT Catalyst at njeda.gov. The applications will open on December 12th, and they will close on January 18th. Please, again, take your time in filling out this application. It is a competitive application, and we expect to be probably very, very much oversubscribed. So please write a strong application and make sure to begin to gather the required documents that you need. So you'll be able to upload as many of the attachments as you can. If you don't have all the documents, of course, we do give you that 10 business day grace period to submit those additional documents, but we can't encourage you enough to start gathering your documents, especially your tax clearance document and any of the certifications that your company may possess. So I want to thank everyone for joining us, and I think we are, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're always available.